For me, this is like a spirit level matchup. I want to see Complextiy, are they the favorites they should be, or will they get stifled by this gatekeeper OG squad?
Yeah, if anything, if Cold don't make quick work of this game, it makes us question their form coming into the major, right? We haven't seen Cole make deep runs since Sydney last year, so beating Liquid is good, but how good is that really? Now that we've just seen Liquid fall in the first round, Cole wants to at least improve upon that as a North American representation here for Showdown. Boot camping in the UK as well. Getting ready for that London.
Yeah, they said we're already in London,
yeah,
mate.
Come on, we better make it. Well, OG waltzing into apartments, into this heavy setup, and they lose some faces. 3-4 players in the apartments, and all the kills come in. So not a bad start.
Yeah, very, very good look here for Complextiy. Lovely way to open. And it's only Regali left. There's always been a lot of hype around this guy, but expecting him to show up here in a 1v4 in the pistol is wishful thinking. Let's see how interesting he can make it. He's seen Grim tucked in. That's one. Now he gets the upgrade to the dual Berettas, but he's got a lot more left to do. Damage done on a Halzerk earlier on could be worth its weight in gold if he finds anything else here. He gets the info where two of these players are. Now there's only one unknown quantity, and Regali has more to say. The dual Berettas can't quite finish flop. Beats waking up in the morning, and you're already ready for the day. That's one thing I'll say. In terms of like time maxing, there's nothing quite like it. Oh. Bit of a skirmish for alt mid to open up this round. Floppy and Grim kill a piece, and they'll keep this even in a 3-on-3. Trade locked in by Floppy.
I want to see Floppy go hard today. I want to see him be rock solid, give them a piping. He's one of my favorite players in NA. And when he's having a good day, Harry, he's having a great day. Floppy looking very confident to start this game. Big 3K pistol. Gets a crucial trade in alt mid, and now he's set up back a pit. Halzerk can get info on long. He also might get caught in between positions. Keto with a kill. It's now all on the flop down in pit side. Ollie goes in. He's still got a good position. That's a great shot for Keto. 3-on-1. Old Elige. Reliable. But a bridge too far here. Double smoked. And no kit. OG seeming like they've gotten on the board nice and early in this game.
Yeah, Lee's just going to be left saving. And so a good start here from OG. Nice for Keto as well. He gets on the board early. Regali even going to finish Elige off there right at the quad.
But them being eliminated early and just getting the chance to go back and reset and go back to the drawing board is probably for the best anyway.
I mean, you just know for the second time they would have consumed some liquids there, but on the fly, having a grand old time. Work Complextiy. Floppy opens up this round. Fiku kicked to the wayside. So OG left a man down as they try to break away towards top banana. JT will repel that initial push in. So now OG go back to the drawing board, gonna look to group up over here in middle. Middle.
In the mill?
In the mill. They're in mill.
Heavy God. Now would be a time to show it. He's lurking on short side. They're going to take the bomb out long. Halzerk gets a spot, but he finds out the hard way. Keto right now is hitting heads. He is entering A. He is kicking up dust in Complexiti's face. We've got Elige and Floppy on a crossfire. Floppy can't really move anyway. Can't really help Elige because of this long control. And we've already seen Keto deck him in this position before. Oh, tap is close. Keto needs it. He finds it. Elige dead as well. And some great shooting from OG on this A site. Couple of rounds here to show for it. 4 now on the T side. Keto. More of that, please.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm expecting big things from Keto in this game. Whenever I get the chance, I always put him in a fantasy team, and I've put him in neither of mine. And so he will have one of his best performances he's had in months. Just despite me.
Yeah. Well, I love that for him. Even if not for you.
This is good though on their map pick, right? Kind of establishing themselves early. They dig themselves out of a real hole in this round, right? They get put on the back foot. They get locked out of Banana. They don't get the real estate they were looking for. Complextiy kind of had all the advantages there.
I'm trying to work out where Complextiy are boot camping, because to my knowledge it's in the UK, but I don't know what facility. I have to pay them a visit, Harry. Pop in for a cuppa.
I don't want to see you, Hugo. I can assure you of that. They got bigger fish to fry.
It's true. Just make sure you have some battered chips with that, you know.
Yeah, maybe get some chips and like curry sauce, pour it all over. Very British meal.
Yeah.
Beans on the side. Cheese that hasn't melted on top. Mushy peas, why not? The full 9 yards for Complextiy.
Pie and mash.
So here Collard trying to break away out towards the top of Banana. They want this to be their way in, and they do have a player to deal with here, but the rest of OG are kind of teed up for this A play. It's just Nexius waiting on the extremities. Complextiy get this real estate over towards top Banana. Nexius moves in, it's into that AWP from Halzerg. So OG have just lost their lurkers. Suddenly it's like, okay, all we have is this real estate over towards A. They have to follow through on it. 3 players in the apartments. Floppy to get past, which is easier said than done. His Famus delivers. Alige back inside of the site, you never doubt him. And with a bit of help from JT, Alige will keep OG on a leash. Change here. Right, because Complextiy, they've also been holding on to Util. They don't want to throw it all out early. They know these takes have been coming later in the rounds, and so you can look to offset that a little bit if you pick up the pace here and now. Halzerg run boosted across over in middle. Not giving a fight early. And Regali just sneaks under his crosshair.
Oh, the boost up. JT was not ready for that. It's a good grenade, but it's a costly opener for Complextiy. They force a rotation. OG, perfect time to execute right now, but there's so many nades on this B bomb site, and there's even a third coming over. Halzerg here to support with the orb. OG lining up a full exec. Colov read this one. They trust in Floppy, the solo anchor. It's going to be announced. In comes the rush. Ugly spray for Grim. Someone needs to save the day, and maybe Halzerg.
That was nearly a collateral, but instead it's Fiku to run out and deal with him. Alige around the smokes. He'll only get one. It's spammed out after the fact. It's down to Grimathy, back of the site. Big Grim. Big job. Can he do it? Here's the footsteps, they're closing in. The flashes are raining out from Spawn, but it's a little late from Floppy, and they're already clotheslining Grim, so he's dealt with. Floppy left up in this one all alone. 1v3 required from the Flopster. As he rounds the corner, Fiku is just homed in on the angle, and so it's cleanly done out of OG.
And now Regali's finally been given an AWP, hasn't felt the need for it, but it's right there for the taking. So if Cole want to go take some banana space, Halzerg's got the orb, he might run into another opposing. Regali setting up flashes from ramp so they can take banana, and a fantastic grenade.
3 players here. Cole want to fight this. A missed shot from Halzerg's orb. Grim attempts to make up for it, but Keto will not let them through, and he locks down Banana. He's opened up the route to the B play now. Complexiti's best bet is that they can catch someone in rotation, and even then, it's got to be multiple players caught in rotation. Fiku burns alive. So now they're going to try and get ahead of this on the rotates over towards B. Heavy God is still late lurking over towards the apartments.
This is dangerous. He's going to join up though. They spot 2 players.
Re-smoke.
Already gone through though. Oh, good shot for Regali, putting this orb to use. And last round of the half here, Alige, nothing to lose but his life. And Regali will give him that. 8 rounds on the T side of Inferno. OG
from OG, and oftentimes they've found the kills necessary to kind of give themselves the leg up. I mean, we so often say on Inferno, if you get kills in the right place, the round is basically over. You can end a round in 2 kills over towards B. And OG have certainly been footing the bill for that thus far. Oh, there we go. Dual Berettas in a dream, a tiny little choke point, but it's Regali alongside him that ends up giving up that man advantage, tries to go for the trade, and is locked out of it. Nexius, they are in it, they are out through the apartments, but they're not looking at him yet. Grim will turn on a dime and deal with that site player.
All in all, a great 3v5, and Kolob won it. You can't lose this unless JT comes swinging. Oh, goodness, okay. Well, he'll give it up after a bit of damage. Just staying alive is enough. It's going to distract them, chase him down the wrong way. You got to break that window, and Fiku will finish the job. Okay. No kit, but nothing to lose in giving it a go. They got to smoke for the bomb. They need to kill quick. Halzak hits his, and Grim back in pit will not overpeak. The bomb is for him, and the round is as well. Complexity come through with a pistol, but they took the third.
Well,
So like the rabbit
I think the crow just eat the snail. This is your first problem.
Pretty tasty.
These crows ain't loyal, I'll tell you that. So, Nexius peeking down through mid. Gets involved early on as Complexity take away apartments control heavily.
You're on fire today. Eagle angle. Can he get it though? Body is not what you want. You want the head. Oh, Leech gives him. Heavy God. Oh my, that's 3. Despicable. Oh my goodness. He has shattered Complexity.
That is absolutely mad. That is absolutely insane. A heavy God indeed, a heavy hand. Liberal Deegs out through the apartments. And he's got bullets for everyone. JT is cowering in a corner. Terrified at the presence of a big deity, a heavy God. And hot hands now, he's on for the ace. He should get this. They should give him this. JT, a dead man, as Heavy God gives us an absolutely beautiful ace.
If you were doubting, well, you're not anymore. Bloody hell. And that will pump you up right when OG were ready to roll over on an eco round. Now they've got wind in their sails, sending down B with an entry from the AWP. Quito follows up. Heavy God still here in the bomb site. Haircuts to hand out. Nexius behind the box. He can swing on his teammates' contact. They're all coming here.
Heavy God lies in wait, and the rest of his team here around him, but they start to fall like flies. Heavy God's going to have to stand and deliver again. Quito dead in rotation. Heavy God can't control the spray. So they wrestle past this 3-man holdover towards the A site. Regali hot on the heels with a backstab. He would love to make an incision now. Get rid of this crossfire between pit and site. It's a strong position for Halzak and Elige. Bomb now getting planted. Fiku makes noise, trying to bait the peak out of this pit player, and Regali will deliver. It's all on Halzak now. 2 kills to the good already, but he's got to finish this with 4. He's got to finish this in 4. The AWP will do it as Halzak rises to the occasion. Woo! And so from him
at the major, you need to continue in that stride. You need to show good form. Here in Showdown, a side of the bracket, they could make it to London in. And a major with expectation from Complexity. There's a lot on the horizon for this roster. And right now they're holding strong.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I'm so happy about here is seeing Complexity remain, resilient. I don't want to keep bringing it up, but after that Heavy God round, like literally we've seen teams, think about it, with Elige and Grim capitulate in the back of one hell of a play suddenly coming out of the opposition, right? But they keep their heads screwed on. They don't let that one round define this game here on Inferno. Feels like it even, pushed Halzak a little harder.
Yeah, had that big 1v2 right after. He's playing solid. JT top fracking for Complexity right now. That's kind of like the RMR, man. He was having some really, really strong games, and especially on T-sides. You often talk about in-game leaders entrying so they can go in first. They can not only piece together where people are, but just sometimes just be traded, because your in-game leader is typically one of your weaker, if not your weakest player mechanically. But JT sometimes throws that to the wind. He definitely has quiet games, but when he's just unleashed, getting double entries.
Yeah. I even remember those games
to watch.
I even remember those games where he would be playing on like 200 ping, and he would be going in first, and he was still making it work back and go. Regali and Keto open up this round, so maybe there's something for OG here, right? If they don't win the 5-on-3, they're not meant to win this game. Kill through the smoke out of Regali, and it's worth its weight in gold. Floppy, hello, where's this come from? Low HP on both of them, but it might not matter. Floppy's dropped 3. And this falls to a 2v2 now. Halzerg, he's already dealt with OG in rounds like this one. And he gets these long sight lines on the AWP. They're putting a lot of stock in this flank out of Fiku.
So slow.
They're putting a lot of faith in Fiku to come in on this backstab and open up the round. But to get past him, to get through this, you've got to get through Floppy, and you can't stop him. You can't stop the flop here. Keto runs for the hills as Floppy, one shy of the ace, recovers that round. What was it? What, a 2v4? 2v5.
2v5. Fully 2v5'd. Locked out. Cole didn't break after Heavy God's D-grab, but that will kill OG.
Yeah. No, you're dead on. And you know, this is, considering, you know, my whole elevator pitch for this matchup was kind of the spirit level the judge Complextiy against. This is fantastic. They're experienced in these regards. They can't afford to get offset by having a crazy round go against them, and they haven't yet.
Hey, 5v3.
And they're the ones offering up the big moments now. They're the ones offering up the clutches. A 2v5 again. Halzerg and JT left up in it. Surely there's a limit to how many of these you can win.
Yes, but
surely you can't win all of them.
Smoke down, would you like to say so? JT! No! It's not meant to happen like this. This wasn't in the script. Mollies go down, Palm will be allowed. We've got a flank down Coffin side, but that smoke has a few more seconds on it. And Halzerg, you stay a long sight line, you stay a big green. Well, he has to do it all on his own. Captain goes a step too far. Halzerg goes for the deep peek. Trying to cut this AWP off. Regali's got to reposition eventually. They want to again await a flank.
This shot from the AWP, that gives Halzerg a chance. He's been able to reposition. He's been able to tuck himself in, but the pistol brings him down, and Nexius finishes it with the dig.
Man, that was so winnable, to be honest. Like, if he pulled his pistol out after the first tag, gets that kill, suddenly he's, if anything, favored with that position.
Heavy God is back at the apartments, holding only for the walkout.
Yeah.
It's a little more forgivable, but still, yeah, these are things that need to be going through your head, because when Elige finds a gap like that, he's got the intuition, he's got the experience to know when he's further ahead than the opponents are ready for.
I like this.
And he tries to deal with Heavy God up in the apartments, but locked out on that first peak. He's still floating around here, but not needed. Heavy God takes matters into his own hands.
Okay, 3-on-5, back to B. They can break their way through. Grim needed that kill. Maybe they can block now. Smoke is in the face. Complextiy still going to give it a go. They know they've got a 3-on-2 right now in the sight, but the entry is denied. Grim again, over the top. Keto just needs one kill. Just make this look easy, and so he shall. Halzerg in a clutch, never count him out, but odds against him right now. Even the plant will be tenuous at best. He'll stick it. And as that molly fades, position taken.
1 foot in the door to Valhalla already for Halzerg, and as he rounds the corner here, Regali sends him there. Locked out of that. Halzerg never given the chance in the 1v3, and so OG breathe a big sigh of relief. They contain another one of these. OG gonna try and bring us there kicking and screaming.
They really, the fact they're in this is commendable right now. Like, this has been an, like the Eagle round was sick, but nothing built off of it. Oh my God, running at them, Fiku. Almost gets that kill, but spraying from the bottom of Banana is Grim. He gets that entry kill and will die right after that. They weren't able to trade. The nade and the molly combo has blocked Complextiy at the top of B. I bet Grim feels like he should have been traded there. But Elige didn't go wide. 4-on-4 here. Cole can still reignite this B site. Keto, is he just going to go for it? Holding a block, trading smokes. You'll see the lurking bomb in apartments right now with 2 Ts. Trying to take on Regali and Heavy God. Heavy hitters here on A. As Elige attempts to sell a fake. He's only got 1 Molotov to do so. And they've just blocked in apartments. So this is not going to be easy for Complextiy.
Kill from Regali is big. JT dead over in middle. Elige trying to late lurk out towards B, but he goes walking into Nexius, who gets a nice, easy kill there. And that's going to leave you with this two-man push out in towards A. Time is of the essence. There's under 30 seconds left. And so they've got to get past this Regali Orb. They've got to get past Heavy God. And then they've got to get set up in a post plant to withstand this. And that's easier said than done. Regali dealt with. But Heavy God playing the long con, tucked in, back of the site. They don't clear him. He gets out with the first. Can't get past Floppy. And so Floppy has got to stand and deliver now. We've seen a great play from the Flop on this A site with the bomb planted. It was a huge 4K round. He's got to deliver that again, or else this is run back in OT. And OG group together. Floppy tucked in at the boxes, peeking up, doesn't get the vision on them the first time around, and he can't recover the spray. Keto deals with him, and overtime is locked in as OG battle back and drag us into extra time.
Yeah, nothing but commendable, nothing short of I think the spawns in this latest change have also made Tees get way more comfortable up towards the half wall in the early stages. JT does it again, solo this time. Pre-smoke down for a Molotov, and yeah, OG actually opt to give it up completely. So JT, this is actually great for him. He can sell something before his team set up for an A hit.
Even just him lobbing this util in, it keeps both those players there, and it forces util out of the B hold. So that means, you know, they're going to have that much less to work with.
I think he missed his smoke.
In this retake. Flash out towards the apartments, and Floppy gets the immediate trade. Regali's in hot water. Him and Nexius try to challenge for this top mid control, try to give themselves a bit of a safe haven here behind enemy lines. Halzerk's not able to trade this after teammates Molly that denied any peek out through the boiler. OG trying to come through the short smoke, but Floppy is just too fast. He really is a bit of a master over here towards the A site. Put him in over towards A with a bomb plant to play around, and he just looks like a beast, doesn't he?
Smoke is going to let them get in, but the time is the problem right now, and it's part of a pit, so Halzerk will happily keep his head down and wait for OG to make an appearance. They've got to go for this. Can't stay forever in overtime, and Grim will shut them down at the first push. Someone needs to get on the bomb and hope for the best. They can't even find it inside of the smoke, and it's going to be Complextiy converting yet again. They even think there might be someone on. Not today. And the only play I don't like that round is
Regali still making moves in the start of these rounds. He is so keen to just ride this high and keep being involved in the early stages.
What look do we have? Do they want to go to an execute? They have all of Banana. Reset for the bomb. And with Banana taking it, does look tempting. Halzerk waits on that contact line. This is often good for a kill. Unless OG consider it, they can jump, they can fake it. Try and bait this shot. First round of util. Eyeing up a response. Halzerk hits his. That Molly's a problem, it's a double. He's got to run right through it, but no one chases. Grim drops a smoke at the perfect time off Halzerk's kill. And even though the Molly certainly works, Cole have a man up.
He just misses that timing. Heavy God moves through the smoke as he pulls the pin on the nade. And so that's opened up a route to the A play. OG are not out of this round yet. They're still believing. They've got Heavy God on their side. JT lines up a double. There's the reply out of Regali, and it's left on a Fiku. I said this guy's often great in clutches. This would be the time to show it, but he can't get past Floppy's USP. And so it's an abrupt close to that.
Be a harrowing way to go.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's so interesting here is that Halzerk in the first round of this second half of OT, he was locked out of it, right? He never got to be involved early, so he tried to kind of change that in that last round. He gets his opener, he gets his chance. This is a map that's been kind of dominated in the openers by these orbs. And so both of them are chomping at the bit to be that first man involved. So it's all a question now of who strikes first, who's in the right place at the right time.
They are surrounding Elige. He is in bloody water with sharks everywhere. Keto sends a flashback up B, grenade, using smoke. Fiku gets his as Elige attempts aggression. He's getting punished a lot on CT sides, but Col have done it without him before, and they might have to do it again. Heavy God on an Abs lurk. Here's that rotate, so we may see OG shift their focus towards an A hit.
Alzerk with that AWP scoped up over towards the short side, and he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders here. Heavy got up in the apartments, looking to put even more pressure on. That first shot sails on past them, and so now Alzerk just going through the motions. But what can you expect him to do? 5 players coming his way. He's got to do everything. Alzerk's got to do everything, and right now he's doing it. Regali will trade. The Orps clash. There's just enough time for the plant. Regali and Heavy God set up top of the board for OG, left in this 2-on-3. Will it be them to climb this one through into another overtime, or can Complextiy battle back? Regali's Orb doesn't seem to think so. Now down to the 1v1, and Floppy looks to deal with this AWP. A missed shot, and now he closes in. Floppy goes for the throw, and Complextiy snatched this one away. Right in the 11th hour, 16-14, and Complextiy
run through this showdown and take on Heroic. That would be a spicy game, but they've got to knock OG down a peg first and eliminate them here in 2. I certainly feel like that should be happening today. Yeah, no, I'm inclined to agree with you. But like we say, Heavy God is kind of the make or break piece, it feels like, here for OG. If they did want to long this out, Fiku, that one's free. Love that. Sitting in pizza, you just wait, and then maybe they give you the kill, and they do. So this one, all the makings of a pistol round for OG. First pistol in the series, it would be. Oh, would being the keyword, because pressure put on before the smoke blooms. They've got to replant. Or could have denied it there, Halzerk, but there is a player watching from jail anyway. Yeah, the thing that's weird as well is like Halzerk is waiting for his teammates to get set up, but they start to consider Dark the longer he waits in there. Elige and Halzerk do tap out these first few players. Now back in main, Fiku's played his hand. Ooh dear, Halzerk has a kill right here on a platter. That's Heavy God whittled down. The only man who can defend this bomb is out towards main. Kito's trying to close the gap now to make it happen, and he will get wrapped on, but gets out of there, and so the pistol round is locked in for OG. Nothing that Halzerk can do. As clean as that shot is, he's got to run for the hills. Yeah, that plant position was still pretty uncomfortable, right? Like, this game feels like it's already gotten so far away from you, so this is a disastrous start for Cole and a great start for OG. Let's see if they can course correct a little bit here and now, right? This is that buy where, as we say, they'll have everything they need, but not everything they want. Deep mid taken by Nexius. Alongside Kito. Lee just had to reset B. And Halzerk is just playing for info. The smoker's problem, Lee's just going to go through. Going to fight with Halzerk on his contact and swing. He'll need to. Everyone is here. 4 players clearing middle. Oh, that's awkward with nades out. Elige comes in. Floppy there as well. It's a massacre in middle. 3-on-2. In the blink of an eye, and that drop is heard. JT might think he's being walked on though, so he doesn't go wide swinging. They now know they can hear this bomb pitter-pattering its way into A. Heavy God has space already. Ooh, nades. Yeah, that just gives him the safety to get across with the bomb. And that smoke's gone a little deeper than you would have liked. They could try and walk out through it, so Heavy God's got to hold that. But Cole take no such risks. As far as they're concerned, Fiku is immortal right now, 7-0. Alongside the immortal man, you've got the Heavy God himself. The 2 pieces of Exodia here for OG. And they'll lock in that first kill. Fiku follows up, still flawless as he puts up a double. They turn that around in a 2-on-3 up until now, and you've got to come up with an answer. They want aggression, this time not over towards middle. They're looking for it over at main. Halzerk don't know how he wins that. Regali was already on the angle. He even goes out for another. As Halzerk is the hero here. Elige activated over in middle, and this is much better for Complextiy. I think it would have been so easy for them to just kind of keep playing back within these sites and having everything dictated to them by OG. But they're very proactive here. They make moves. Big money moves at that. And so this is how they're going to get their first on the board. Heavy God, chance to showcase some of that individual prowess again. Goes back to check the flank. Ali just got him locked into this position. Oh my, what? Someone called it for
Yeah.
How does not only Elige not see it?
He still did, especially not like, you know, it would be the fashion in which that happened, right? The fact that you were in full control of the game, only to let it get away from you, and then like your opponent gets this massive leg up to build back in. You kind of had Complextiy with their underbelly exposed, you know, and you didn't take the kill shot while you had it. So OG don't want to feel like they just gave up on the fight here and let it slip away from them. Still a chance for a good T side if we're honest, so let's see, right? This round decides a hell of a lot. They're going to start to approach their limits of the money. All that residual cash starts to run dry for OG with a bit extra on Fiku, who was flawless up until a few rounds ago, and a little more in the coffer for Regali. But it's not like they can withstand these losses anymore, so OG need this round. JT takes up position in dark. He's going to get mollied off here. Oh, they missed the molly, the second one. Meant to Molotov the pillar player out, and that could have given a path to Keto to at least like feign the idea that he's in dark. He didn't want to take the space.
He could have gone through the smoke because the layering of the molly, the first one's in dark, the second one's outside of dark. That means JT has to leave. He can't play forward. So Keto's just guaranteed to go through the smoke safely, but it's good they called they failed it, or he might have run into JT there.
Oh, okay. He will recover it. A lot of airtime on that flashbang, so there was a chance for Floppy, but the rest of Complextiy starting to fall like flies. Halzerk's going to have eyes in the back of his head here. They're out through mid, they're out through main. Halzerk is sandwiched between OG. And with him digged down low, it's going to come down to this push out through main. Even though JT gets that, it's swiftly traded, swiftly dealt with. And I think the fact that Complextiy even go for that round there is wild.
They just have really good timing. I feel like Halzerk was going to fall back and hold. And then if they suddenly grab a double kill on main, he can progress and tighten that net. But in all reality, they only play because their timing. And OG trade out well. Halzerk was already saving. Nice work from OG. They just blindside Elige in middle. And really good flashbangs. That's what I'm noticing in these T sides for OG. And they're supporting their mid players a lot from canals by throwing A window nades. Sure, that flashbang getting trounced. Halzerk has an orb, a couple of MP9s, and a dream here for Complextiy. OG, this would be a very dominant T side. It already is, but they want to sweeten the pot.
Yeah, I like that Halzerk isn't starting middle. There's not really been a lot of action there from OG. So he's trying to look for other avenues. They do go mid. That's not to say they don't play it, but usually it's later in the rounds, right? And so he's not really got to be involved on this orb whenever we've seen him leading mid. That kill is given over. Nexius collects it. Halzerk with this orb. This would be the time for a Halzerk moment if you're Complextiy. You kind of need it.
It's just a little...
I feel like he gets spammed here.
Yeah, it's just a little too shallow. Can't see. Keto's in the corner now. This is a gamble. I'm going to go with the AK. Now I'm definitely going with the AK. So, nice shots. Grim's crossed on the left. Might get overlooked, Keto. Oh, he doesn't check it. Double kill potential, but he's not ready for heavy god. Late out from dark. Grim gets a double. Halzerk, we've seen him in these crucial points. Stuck between the rock and a hard place, picked by the orb. It's Floppy in a 1v1 for the half.
He's going to go pushing, going to go fighting, and that means that Regali locks in.
But that's some of the starred clutch orb rounds from Halzerk. We need some individual prowess right now, because even those odds are closing, even the chances, the door is shutting on Complextiy here on their pick.
The worrying thing is for Cole, it's like if you don't win the pistol, you don't win this map.
And it's not going to start easily. Double push on A main. There's even a third there. Floppy's got his knife out. He wasn't ready for that. Keto was laying up flashes. They're going to have to pop in B. Are they ready for Regali?
No, they might never even see Regali. They might never even find Regali.
They you don't know about Regali. Taking wreck, your energy is going to be not in the best place. That's for sure. And OG right now, this is going to be, you know, the best win of this team's or this roster's formation. If they can take it, they're getting hyped up. I'm seeing Keto on the cams get loud, trying to inspire the squad. And he's certainly doing that with his performance. He is still playing great like Inferno. Fiku 12-3. OG, can they end this before it even begins? Another force buy for Complextiy. Desperation.
Yeah, I mean, that's Cole trying to give themselves like any sort of lifeline. You know, if they ecoed here and what, then they have to win 9 in a row and win the game in OT. Like, that's just not going to happen. So, yeah, this is desperate times, calling for desperate measures. And there's a gap over towards B long. OG have found it. Nexius is right behind them.
Perfect.
Really, there's no win in this round if you're Cole. OG have all the info. This would take a miracle for Complextiy to find it.
They are in the smoke, though, so Nexius walks right by, thinking it's a very heavy A attack. He's not wrong. 3 players here ready to go. They're even flashing this. It's a bit risky because they can just buy time. I'd love to see them try block. They've got a molly. It's all the way on the other side of the map. So layered peek. Another flash is perfect. Keto gets his kill. His flank is closing in right now. Regali up in the heavens. Delivers death.
So they didn't know about the mid players. No one was set up to watch mid. Nexius probably said, like, yeah, I saw no one. And it's true, he didn't. They were hidden in the smoke. Grim left up in the 1v2 in a must-win round, and he's cut down unawares. Nexius is
here on Anubis. We were not ready for this one, and neither were Complextiy. OG have got fight in them yet. Triple B hold and the orb. Starting to rotate out, not a great timing. But they're gonna come.
The main play is open right now, and they will come barreling through it. Fiku is out on a bit of an island there, and he will get dealt with by a liege. Regali rotates in, the orb suddenly brings OG back into the fold. They could end this one right now, right here in this B retake. Gonna try walk the smoke, but Keto. Second smoke goes in. Said it's Regali to make the next move, and with that shot missing, this one might be the save.
Oh, he wasn't ready for that. Just get swung. All right, 1 down, 9 to go. 8 to go.
Oh yeah, maths is so easy.
I've solved it immediately.
Well, you know, man, I mean...
Yeah?
You know, man. Maths is hard. Here's the Keto.
Not denying that.
The numbers guy trying to crunch him, but dealt with back at the spawn. Yeah, okay, look, that's one.
Even the ace there, smoke the Cole frequented. Oh my god, getting shot in the face. So Keto sends it. He will fall after 1. Nexius swings window as well. I like there's layers to this fight for OG. They push A main, they send it dock, they fight middle. Battered and bruised, they still come out with a 3v3. And they don't stop at that.
Silence all across the map here as Complextiy hope that they can catch OG getting aggressive, but because of where Heavy God is, there's no more aggression to come through. Floppy should fall to this. Clears him, but Heavy God wins that fight, favored in the engagement, and now when they learn about him there, they know they're going into a 2-man hold over here towards B. They know that both players for OG should be stacked up on this side of the map, and it's all about finding them and dealing with them, and they can't. Regali and Nexius lock it in, and to this one...
Season, let's go. Let's leave nothing unsaid. Let's close this series right now on Ancient.
What they're going to try and do now, OG across this on their T sides, they've been pretty slow, they've been pretty measured, but these pistol rounds sometimes have a bit of an explosive twist. They try their hand at a fast-paced round, but JT puts them in boxes. A double kill from the Red Room, and Red Rum smells murder here as JT keeps lighting them up. 3 in the round, can he get any more? 1 HP, maybe they've ruined it. Maybe they finished up the job.
Give us 4.
1 more for JT, and there it is.
You got a liege with the big pearly whites. Woo. It's cooked.
I was just doing like some death stare into the camera on Anubis, like a Dementor had sucked the soul out of his body. That's a Dementor for you.
Yep.
but now they found the Patronus. Grim. Look at the onus on him here. Oh, never mind.
It's fine, we had no expecto on that play. It wasn't that good. House expands Keto. It's coming through. Big Howie. Oh, Mary. Exeus does trade, and the smoke down in Donut gives him some room. This is a very late flank for Heavy God, but he walks at the right time. This won't have been heard. Turns out
Heavy God but light on his feet.
Oh!
In with the backstab. And Floppy, a dead man. It's just a liege left standing.
Where's he gone?
Oh, the timing! We all saw it.
Lige ain't smiling.
It's coming from Keto right now. He's very, very vocal.
No orcs early yet. Take for Cole, and do you want to challenge it by coming through heaven very fast? Ooh. Does eat the flash, but no one's here. Complextiy double up in the donut. He's going full donk in front of the pillar, and he's going to get a kill with Grim as well. They're out A, but have the sight. You've got nowhere safe. CT donut both contained. Grim gets caught with nades out. OG fighting back.
Oh, Halzek dead. Heavy God putting on a show. 2 quick kills, and suddenly that offer to have the sight. Yeah, they'll take it. Heavy God will. 3 in the round. I don't want to say it, but maybe we get another Heavy God ace.
You keep saying things you don't want to say.
I know.
Just say them.
Here it is. 4 in the round. Heavy God won't quite get all 5. Regali gets the last man, but one hell of a round out of this guy on our screens. Right? He's been the kind of one dependable piece here for Complextiy. I think he's the only positive player for the squad after that second map. And so you want him to deliver, but mid is not the object of OG's desire. It's another fast A player. I mean, if they keep getting given this space, then hell yeah, they're going to take it. They made open the smoke. It's a good kill from Grim, and it's followed up on from a Liege, but not done yet, not out of the woods yet. A 3-on-3. These smokes won't subside anytime soon. And that's actually a re-smoke from the CTs lobbed in here.
No one's getting the bomb. No one wants to. They're scared that Complextiy are nearby, going to challenge, but time is just being bought.
Yeah, when they re-smoke it like that, I think you're very paranoid that their plan is to nade the smoke open again on that bomb plant. So it kind of has to grind to a halt here for OG.
Yeah, unfortunately, no kill is going to be presented. The only question is, does Cole start doubting themselves? You see JT checking out the timings. Like, for all you're aware, there could be no one in A right now. Cole don't actually have info, but it's doing them favors at the moment. Re-smoke comes through, and eventually you've got to plant. So while the last bit of util's being used, this would be the best time.
Heavy God is trying to convince Fiku to do it, and there we go.
Sorry, buddy,
he spends that whole time talking to him. Fiku, man, grab the bomb, and then he just throws it to him. Oh, that just sails by.
Looked on it. Fiku. It's all about the timings. Who goes first? Lige or the donut play? Lige is drawing him in. Clearing this corner. Great shot for Lige. Regali in the back of the big box. Hits his. They're coming in. The bomb's already ticking. Half ticked, in fact. Smoke on the bomb, but Heavy God fighting for the round. And he has just been a rock-solid player today.
They've got Complextiy beat hands down.
Yeah.
And sure, like, you don't have Keto popping off anymore here on this 3rd map. He's probably putting a lot more attention on the micro decisions of this game. But everyone else is looking good. Even Exeus, who started this series off pretty slow.
It's looked better, no doubt. And what's the most impressive to me is the T-sides for OG. 8-4 on Inferno, T-side, went overtime. And 9-3 on Anubis. And now, again, you know, pistol and conversion for Complextiy, and OG have just run away with T gun rounds. They've looked like a very formidable squad on the offense. Keto. The big reason for that. Does JT get impatient? He may. Wow!
Clean. Even though it's traded by JT, still a ways into this for the OG squad, although they do get thwarted on this attempt to get out main. That's going to force them out late into mid. Are they going to go for the red room control? Okay. They know they've got one fight here. They heard Elige spamming the smoke. If they get this, that opens up a route to one of these bomb sites, but they don't get past him. And so now Regali in kind of a dead spot here. Gets out through the red room, but still has more to do. There's going to be a player in either one of these sites, and so he's got to be prepared to fight here. Can't just go straight for that plant, but he will. Molly in main is not the right choice. It's kind of a coin toss around there for Regali.
Calling for help is going to give you room at B, so just a few seconds of difference there, but either way, all the kills come in for Complextiy, and it was all about this buy round. Regali's all finally fielded. He'd be burning somewhere, some place. To the pocket, it's sprayed. Nexius pops through the mid smoke.
More where that came from though. Complextiy want to fight and die on this hill down in mid, and Elige will lock in that control. Regali and Heavy God still left in the round, and a 2v3 awaits them. Regali does have a good bit of room over here towards B. If he takes this space, ooh, now he knows about JT. That's going to trigger a rotate back around. You can already see Floppy moving over, but Regali nails that shot, and he even spots this second man moving in. Even the sort of pace on that rotate gives the hint that there's no one else over here towards B. And so they've just got Floppy left to deal with. If they can find him, they're on their way to around here, but Floppy won't give them an inch. Instead, he'll take Miles, and that is Complextiy moving up into the lead there.
Heavy God, not what we need at this point now is Complextiy steal the lead back after 5 rounds in a row for OG. They've met their maker, they've met their match, and it is Complextiy trying to win the half of 7. Pacey B round.
Yeah, this is a real pace change out of OG. They didn't feel comfortable to call rounds like this early on, but now they do. Just Floppy, and he can't find a thing. B-side crumbles, Elige is hot on their heels with a backstab, and he's got the bomb down over towards the double.
Really hurt for them to lose now after dominating Complextiy on Anubis, after being 2 rounds away from winning Inferno, and with some of the prowess individually these guys have shown. My big takeaway is Heavy God is a real deal.
Yeah.
Keto is leading well.
Yeah. Oh, Keto, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Claims a life early on here. Heavy God removed as they're already up and out through CT. It's Grim, double opener. Regali still left to deal with, but Grim and Elige make quick work of this site hold. It's just Keto left standing, and not for long. Pistol round secured for Complextiy. He'll heat up for a win here and now. And as good as OG have looked, it won't come to matter. Their time will be brought to an abrupt close. So you have to stick the landing here if you're OG. You don't have the room. You can't make a misstep.
And they're just going to contact her like this play, walking up ramp, trusting in their aimers, and they have them in spades. Elige overwhelmed. Regali and Keto back at the bomb site, the former of which gets out with a great grenade. That's a problem. How's a glow? He goes swinging, and he still wins his fight, but he's all that stands in a 1v2. At this point, you're thinking money. A bomb plant could go a long way. But winning this round, that's just coping.
Yeah, not going to happen. He's so low on health, he needed the immediate kill there, and even if he gets it, OG were kind of staggered and ready to trade. So first rifle round locked in. That is the first necessary step to bringing this back if you're OG. If you fell down there, it felt like it was out of your hands, like you had nothing left to play with. All right, Complextiy, that lead that you once sported, that lead that you were once feeling so good about, it's so quickly getting away from you. And so now's the time to offer up resistance. It's certainly not a bad way to start, with Nexius found on his lonesome over in middle.
Couldn't find his lineup with the smoke looming very deep. They're just going to explode A. No donut smoke though.
I mean, these rounds have been very, very pacey for Complextiy, but I think often it's to their detriment, right? This time they get churned up by the double donut hold, and so in spite of that early advantage where they're set up 5v4, that decision to kind of blast their way out through A, they go running into a heavy donut setup. And there's no smoke down to block it off. There's no chance to change their mind. They are dedicated once they get that deep into the site. I kind of just want to see Complextiy go a lot slower. You know, the pace just feels off. They feel like these faster rounds are the way to break through, but they're not right now. They're not. rounds have been so fast means they're throwing a lot of their util early, and that's going to be brilliant if you slow the round down. Because then you have far less to worry about. Look at mid, right? It's just blanketed in util over towards B. It's blanketed in util. There's already a good deal burnt through from OG.
3 mollies used to be instantly. So yeah, it's all gone in an instant, immediate. And OG try and send it off the back of that. They try and take B lane control. That's denied by the cave smoke. Good spam damage. This is more like it.
Yeah, this is that momentum break. This is them now trying to change the pace of these rounds.
Gotta watch out. Floppy's in a very dangerous position.
Oh, they look so much better for it. They've got 1 smoke and 1 Molotov left on OG.
Oh, that's one way to do it. B player gone. Some misutil still plaguing Complextiy, but just a group on this bomb site. I like the move OG are making. They're rotating a third. They've read it. They feel like this is inevitable. They know a lot of players started here, and with a kill offered up, this is the obvious conclusion. Can OG stop them in their tracks?
I mean, we've seen these B-side plays get shut down by OG a couple of times now. Do they have the metal this time around?
What a
beautiful double from JT as he wrestles with the AK back in cave. He's done enough here.
Yeah.
He's done enough to tie this game up, breaking the 5-round streak that OG were on.
I'm even surprised Keto full saves and doesn't like go for a bit of damage. Obviously, he can't see the exact finances, but you know Cole haven't been winning any rounds. They haven't got anything, so a couple of kills could break them later at 12-11. But on the flip side, OG have everything, so they're going to group up. They're going to get hunted a little bit.
I love, you know, I think it's kind of obvious that Cole are a little tired after the travel, and fair enough. But I like that they've stopped, you know, they had that that forethought to kind of stop going through the motions of like just trying to rush this game over the finish line. They've at least pulled that off while there's still time left to win.
Seats. At least a buy enabled. But a final ditched attempt. You can see they don't even play through the B doors, only JT to keep control. They're scared.
And I mean, just to go back to the read of the game, they've not thrown much util at the start of this round. They are ready for something slower and a Complextiy.
This is fantastic. Yeah, calling. Very passive in middle. Just jump spotting for Nexius, getting that info. Good damage from Floppy. They'd love an HE, but no way to finish that off. 2 smokes.
Not even that Dink has like pulled out the util yet, right? It's still super measured. There's a minute left. 3 mollies, 3 smokes.
Yeah.
OG are in a really good spot here, in spite of that Dink onto Fiku.
Whoop. Let's play a pass. Oh, and he does take the damage. Now at least they know Elite is on the back line. A re-aggro on the ramp, and it's high risk, high reward. Nexius gets out, battered and bruised. Regali wants to finish off a player in middle. Elite just crossed, and he looks to come back for the kill. Risking it all. Regali gets that spot again. It's going to keep Nexius trapped in red, but Regali frees it up, and he can go back to B where this hit is ending.
25 seconds left. Still util to delay this play if you're OG. Complextiy look to move on out. And Nexius waits with the molly to try and stop this bomb plant. And in the final seconds of the round, that's worth its weight in gold. This has been a round teed up by great util out of OG. They try to plug in the numbers now, but there's more nades raining on in. Halzerk is dead. Wrecked by the util in his dying breath. He gets the bomb down, but that means JT is going to 1v4, and he tries his damnedest, but it's not enough to take the round. And so the mind games between these IGLs, the battle of the brains here is being won out by Keto and the boys. OG, 1 round away from eliminating their laurels to wait for Complextiy to bring the fight to them, but let's see. It's an early lean over towards the A side of the map with 2 players there. Maybe we have a bit of A main aggression, and we do. That's the order of the day. Aggressing up through A main while the util is brought over towards that B site to try and
Wow.
slow down the push, and they've pieced this one together. Elige holding on from the bottom of mid. He's got to win this fight. He can't fall to the heavy god, and he's missed this timing. His teammates get up through ramp. Elige dead in the meantime, and Fiku holds it down with a double. It might be the end of the line for Complextiy. Hauser with the response, but it's left to Grim. 1v2, and they're hot on his heels. They're closing in. The map is shrinking second by second, and Grim is locked in a cage here. Cole's chances of ever getting near London rest on the shoulders of Grim in a 1v2. All is planted for him. That was the chance. That was the opportunity, and he won't win it the second time around. It's Heavy God to lock in the win. OG send Complextiy packing. And they look fantastic while they do it. A battle of